Boom, 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 boom. These are the days of our lives. These are the freaky days of our lives. I've been struggling, hugs and thuggling forever. How many deep in my eye? I've been struggling, hustling, thugging forever. How many deep in my eye? I've been struggling, hustling, thugging forever. How many deep in my vibe? I've been struggling, hustling, thugging forever and ever. Smash that like button, y'all. My radio, this is so crazy, guys. I will not use this Android phone again. I don't want to be racist towards Android phones, but this is my meditation right here. I need Bone Thugs and Harmony, no Diddy, to meditate. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God, damn this phone. As soon as I try to turn it off, the phone will still stay on. I don't even get it. Look, I hit power on this motherfucker. Only time to tell. Deep me in my eyes. Y'all know the song. If y'all know it. This shit don't make no sense. Salute to B in the building. This whole Diddy's trial is going in so many different directions. It doesn't make any sense during survival. Now, my apologies for the terrible intro. The intro wasn't supposed to start like that. We were supposed to harmonize to Bone Thugs and Harmony, and we were supposed to meditate because now we are back and we are surviving Gene Deal's kneecaps. We have not survived Gene Deal's kneecaps in a nice long time during survival. And I have not been messing with Gene Deal or Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps for a reason, not for the season. We're going to blow out these freak off candles. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody coming in the building, smash that like button. I'm not going to let y'all, I'm going to start off by saying, I'm not going to let y'all say that Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps was at the Freakoffs with 50 Cent, Baby Mom, and Diddy Glover. I'm not going to let y'all say that Gene Deal was standing there holding the door while Diddy Glover's was clapping 50 Cent's Baby Mom's cheeks and Ja Rule was in the corner masturbating. I'm not going to let y'all say that. Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps is speaking about what he saw at Diddy Glover's Freakoff trial during survival. And the things that he said that this girl went through, that she allegedly went through, it was horrible, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even though I feel like the girl was not a victim because you allowed this man to do these sick things during survival. But I'm gonna let y'all hear what Gene Deal's kneecaps have to say about this. Salute to Luther Vandross coming in the building. I'm at Luther Marshall during survival. Now, Gene Deal, I want to start off and say I got to meet Gene Deal's kneecaps for the first time during survival at Diddy Glover's Freakoff trial. Now, I didn't speak to Gene Deal. I didn't say nothing to his kneecaps. I didn't say a word. Soon as I saw Gene Deal, pure survival, I went and hid under a goddamn bush. Because Gene Deal looked like a big dinosaur. And it was like, I don't get into the cage with a lion. If I see a lion, I know not to go close to the lion. Pure survival. And Gene Deal allegedly punched out a YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? And I already was aware of Gene Deal's behavior at this courthouse. So I ain't been messing with Gene Deal or messing with Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps. Not in person. Pure survival. But shout out to Denot because I met Denot and Denot was funny. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. The motherfucker's funny. You know what I'm saying? He's entertaining to me, but he's not afraid to get that content. So he approached Gene Deal and approached Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps, and Gene Deal allegedly assaulted Denot. I don't know if it's true or not, pure survival, but I'm not messing with Gene Deal's kneecaps, not in person, because Gene Deal already threatened to knock me out before this happened. Before he did this, he already threatened to knock me out, pure survival.
The type of dude that you can come up on like, bro, listen, we out here what kind of content? You're not gonna tell me what to do. You can't come up on me. Bro, listen, if you come up on me, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. That's what I said. That's what I said. That's what I said. No, bro, shit. I said I'm a bitch. You gonna misgender me now? Now it's fucking anti-aging, because I mean.
Now, did you see what Gene Deal's kneecaps just said out of their mouth, pure survival? And this is the same lady who went crazy inside the courtroom when I was in Diddy Glover's Freakoff trial. This lady done been banned from the courthouse. She still came back. Pure survival. Gene Deal's kneecaps got banned from the trial, and his kneecaps came back. So I'm not messing with Gene Deal.
So now you harassing me. I'm protected by anti-aging hate. Go down the road again. I'm not the type of dude that you can come up on like. Bro, listen. We out here what kind of content? You're not gonna tell me what to do. You can't come up on me. Bro, listen. If you come up on me, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. That's what I said.
Now you heard Gene Deal's kneecaps just threatened to knock this man out during survival. But I'm going to let y'all hear Gene Deal threaten to knock me out too. So that's why I didn't mess with Gene Deal in person. The motherfucker was way too big. Pure survival. I thought it was Jack in the kneecap. Not Jack in the beanstalk, but Jack in the kneecap. You know what I mean? So I stayed away from Gene Deal's kneecaps. I didn't even expect him to be able to move that fast. Pure survival. I said, hell no. But Gene Deal is exposing the fact that 50 Cent's baby mom, that is 50 Cent's baby mom. I already knew it. This when Gene Deal told me he was going to knock me out. Knock me out, y'all. And I'm scared for my life. Prayers are Bible.
Okay, Jamil Peterson, thank you for that cash app. You know who that is? That's the clown. You want to be seen on the Gene Deal show and go make jokes and talk about him? And now she gonna knock you the fuck out. I don't give a fuck about no comedy niggas and none of that.
Do you hear this? Gene Deal is talking about knocking me out. Now y'all see that? Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps Ben told me that he was gonna knock me out before he did this assault at the courthouse. But let y'all hear what Gene Deal is saying about 50 Cent baby mom and Diddy Glover.
Her name or the rapper name, but I gotta ask you about this woman that testified against Puffy and her baby daddy is a rapper.
Man, I was there for the testimony, so I gotta know about it. But the whole thing about it is, brother, I give somebody $50 to tell me who that person is. You get it? I give somebody $50 if they tell.
Did y'all get what Gene Deal and Gene Deal's kneecaps just said? Gene Deal's kneecaps just confirmed that girl that's testifying against Diddy Glover is in fact 50 Cent's baby mom. Pure survival. He just said, I'll give you $50 if you tell me who the Jane Doe's baby father is. Where is $50, y'all? 50 cents. So Gene Deal's kneecaps already knew it was 50 Cent baby mom. Pure survival.
And her baby daddy is a rapper?
Man, I was there for the testimony, so I gotta know about it. But the whole thing about it is, brother, I give somebody $50 to tell me who that person is. You get it? I give somebody $50 if they tell me who that person that she was talking about, that her boyfriend is a millionaire and a musician in the whole 9 yards. I wish I knew who that was.
Y'all hear that? So put in the chat if y'all believe that the girl that's testifying against Diddy Glover is really 50 Cent baby mom. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think it's 50 Cent's baby mom. Pure survival. Gene Dill and Gene Dill's clip-on kneecaps said that it's 50 Cent's baby mom. Pure survival. And if I'm going to believe anybody, I'm going to believe Gene Dill's kneecaps. Gene Dill used to bodyguard Diddy Glover. Pure survival. So Gene Dill's kneecaps, he been knew. Gene Dill's kneecaps knew that it was 50 Cent's baby mom during survival. Everybody was so scared to say that it was his baby mom, and Gene Dill's kneecaps just gave us a hint during survival. He just gave us a hint. Y'all got to smash that like button. Shout out to Gene Dill and Gene Dill's clip on kneecaps.
Who that person is, you get it? I give somebody a $50 if they tell me who that person is she was talking about, that her boyfriend is a millionaire and a musician in the whole 9 yards. I wish I knew who that was. You know what I'm saying? I'll run all the way to Queens from Manhattan if I could figure out who the person that she was talking about.
Now you see how Gene Dill said I would run. Me and my clip-on kneecaps will run from Queens to Brooklyn during survival. And we know that 50 Cent is from Queens. So Gene Dill and his kneecaps was trying to tell us this whole time that it was 50 Cent's baby mom testifying against Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if Gene Dill witnessed all of this stuff that happened with his own 2 eyes and his own kneecaps. It's up to y'all to decide. Pure survival.
Person is, you get it? I give somebody a $50 if they tell me who that person is she was talking about, that her boyfriend is a millionaire and a musician in the whole 9 yards. I wish I knew who that was. You know what I'm saying? I'll run all the way to Queens from Manhattan if I could figure out who the person that she was talking about. But let me just tell you her story. You understand what I'm saying? And it was gross. It was crazy, bro. How he diabolical, she did some diabolical by acting like he loved her, he wanted to be with her.
Now, my whole thing is shout out to the Art of Dialogue as well, Pure Survival, for getting this great interview with Gene Dill's kneecaps. Now, I can't agree with the fact that, okay, so Diddy kind of talked her into doing these freaky things. I feel like if you a grown adult, dudes lie in the club every motherfucking day. Pure survival. It's females lying in the club. It's dudes that's lying in the club. You know what I'm saying? You got men that'll meet you every day talking about he got all this money. He got this nice car, pure survival. He take his baby mom picture. Take a picture of himself, drop his baby mom off at work, take off with her car and put his picture there to make it look like it's his car. So it's dudes that lie every day. And it's just like it's females that be lying. So that don't mean that you're a victim because you've been lied to. Because if that's the case, we all victims. Pure survival.
Let me just tell you her story. You understand what I'm saying? And it was gross. It was crazy, bro. How he diabolical, she did some diabolical by acting like he loved her, he wanted to be with her, to, you know, there's something men do. I can't be mad at him for that. You understand? But to take her away and
to take her away, I don't get that part. If you wanted to go on a trip out the country, I don't think he took her away. That's just my opinion. I think she wanted to go.
Acting like he loved her, he wanted to be with her, to, you know, there's something men do. I can't be mad at him for that. You understand? But to take her away and play on her mind, brother, it was crazy how he did it and turned her into a freak-off queen.
Now put a one in the chat if y'all think that Diddy turned 50 Cent baby mom into a freak off queen. Put a two in the chat if she allowed herself to become a freak off queen during survival. Gene Deal and Gene Deal's kneecaps have a point. But I want to know if y'all feel like she did it on her own or did Diddy turn her into a hoe? Like that she wasn't a hoe in the beginning. Diddy just turned her into a mysterious hoe. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting y'all decide. Smash that like button. And then I want y'all to let me know, do y'all think that Gene Deal or Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps were there at any of these freak-offs? Put a one in the chat if y'all think Gene Deal's kneecaps been at the freak-offs. Put a two in the chat if y'all don't think Gene Deal's kneecaps was ever at a freak-off or participated or saw a freak-off during survival. I'm going to let y'all decide that.
But to take her away and play on her mind, brother, it was crazy how he did it and turned her into a freak-off queen. Whereas that she was talking about doing all-star freak-offs.
Wow.
With him.
Now, I did hear that 50 Cent baby mom was doing all-star freak-offs. What is an all-star freak-off? Does that mean she had to get her cheeks clapped by Shaquille O'Neal, like all the basketball players during all-star weekend? She had to have sex with the whole basketball team, pure survival. And Diddy sat in the corner with a freak-off R. Kelly mask on, watching it happen during survival. This is crazy.
It was crazy how he did it and turned her into a freak-off queen. Whereas that she was talking about doing all-star freak-offs with him. You understand? And was only giving her $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month. Now,
and to me, Gene Deal, I'm going to tell you the truth. There are hoes that's working the Vegas Strip, that's working all over the world, that's not even getting $50 pure survival. $10,000 a month, that probably would be a lot of money for a lot of these hoes that are $25 hoes, pure survival. $10K a month, that's a lot of money. For the prostitutes that's out today, you got females that's selling pussy for $25, pure survival. $10,000 a month. It's a lot of females. Well, I'm not saying all females, but I'm saying the girls that actually sell their vagina for way, way cheaper than $10,000 a month. Pure survival. You got girls selling their shit for $35, $25, all types of shit.
Whereas that she was talking about doing all-star freak-offs with him. You understand? And was only giving her $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month. Now, she's talking about she got a millionaire boyfriend, not a boyfriend. Her baby daddy is a millionaire and a former, a rapper, a CEO, the whole 9 yards. I'm looking like, so if she getting money from him, she got to be getting child support. And if she getting child support, bro, you understand, from a millionaire, it's got to be enough money to do something.
Right. So the girl, 50 Cent is her baby father, pure survival. So clearly the child support money she was getting was enough money for her to live or pursue whatever type of career that she could have been doing on her own, Gene Deal. So you're pretty much proving the fact that she did not have to be a freak-off zombie for Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent, her baby father. Put a one in the chat if y'all think this makes 50 Cent look bad, pure survival. Because 50 Cent baby mom said that she was doing the freak-offs for her son during survival. How are you doing freak-offs for your son when your son's father is 50 Cent, pure survival? So you making it like 50 Cent wasn't doing nothing for his son. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, I think the girl was doing it because she wanted to. Gene Deal's kneecaps is breaking it down, y'all. Smash that like button.
Now, she's talking about she got a millionaire boyfriend, not a boyfriend. Her baby daddy is a millionaire and a former, a rapper, a CEO, the whole 9 yards. I'm looking like, so if she getting money from him, she got to be getting child support. And if she getting child support, bro, you understand, from a millionaire, it's got to be enough money to do something. It may not be enough money to do nothing, but it's got to be enough money to do something. I'm looking at this, so I'm hearing her story because she's trying to convince us she was doing this only for her son. She wanted a house for her son. She wanted her son in a good position. But
shout out to Gene Deal's kneecaps, y'all, because Gene Deal wasn't buying that either. Put a one in the chat if y'all believe this girl. She said she was letting all these people run in and out of her, pure survival, pee on her, do all this type of stuff to fulfill Diddy Glover's freak-off fantasy. It was all for her son. It would have made a little more sense to me if her son wasn't 50, if her son father wasn't 50 Cent. Put a one in the chat if this make 50 Cent look bad. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I would feel. If I know that I'm a millionaire and you going to go on the stand and say you was doing these freak offs for our child, you know what I'm saying? For you to get money for our child as if I'm not doing a motherfucking thing. Pure survival. I feel like she was being a hoe because she's a damn hoe. I'm sorry, Jackie Chan. I know that that's your daughter, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? But how is she getting $10,000 a month and she's saying she was doing it for her son? This is why 50 Cent been on Diddy Glover's freak-off neck. This is crazy.
From a millionaire, it's got to be enough money to do something. It may not be enough money to do nothing, but it's got to be enough money to do something. I'm looking at this, so I'm hearing her story because she's trying to convince us she was doing this only for her son. She wanted a house for her son. She wanted her son in a good position. But if I was the baby daddy and I had half the sense.
Now y'all see that? Gene Deal's kneecaps does have some comedy inside of his soul. Gene Deal said if I was the baby father and I had some kind of sense, what y'all think he's trying to say? He said if I was the baby father and I had some kind of sense. He's saying 50 Cent. Gene Deal is, oh my God. This is crazy, guys. Listen to Gene Deal and Gene Deal's kneecaps.
Doing this only for her son. She wanted a house for her son. She wanted her son in a good position. But if I was the baby daddy and I had half the sense of a dollar, I would have never ever let my son kiss her ever again.
Wow.
Some of the stuff that she was doing and these all-star freak-offs, bro.
We gotta agree with Gene Deal. We have to agree with Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps. Pure survival. If I was 50 Cent, I wanted to go to court. I'll say, look, we got to go to court for our child, pure survival, because you are not going to kiss my son on the mouth and give him Diddy Glover herpes all over his lips. Pure survival. I would not, 50, don't let that woman kiss your son. Pure survival. Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps have a point. Pure survival.
her son in a good position. But if I was the baby daddy and I had half the sense of a dollar, I would have never ever let my son kiss her ever again. Some of the stuff that she was doing in these all-star freakoffs, bro. Now, mentally, I know she's a victim too. You understand?
See, now that's the part where I can't put a one in the chat if y'all feel that mentally she was a victim. Put a two in the chat if y'all don't think that this girl was a victim. She says she did it for her son, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I don't feel like she was a victim. Pure survival. That's just my opinion. I feel like she was a grown ass female that chose to do this for $10,000 a month. Pure survival. Whatever happened to if somebody say, hey, you got a man? You got a man? You know what I'm saying? And you being able to say, no, I got a man. Even if you don't got a man, you sit there and lie. No, I'm married or I'm engaged. That you turn somebody down. Why the hell do you have to say yeah and let somebody do something like this? Pure survival. We got 1,200 people in the building. Let me know if all of y'all would just let somebody do that to y'all. Only way you gonna let somebody do that to you is if you want money. I don't see the victim. Y'all got to get them likes up, guys. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'm sorry, I don't see the victim. Pure survival.
If I was the baby daddy and I had half the sense of a dollar, I would have never ever let my son kiss her ever again. Some of the stuff that she was doing in these all-star freakoffs, bro. Now, mentally, I know she's a victim too. You understand? With the drugs, with the stuff. But you know, when you hear her testimony, it's like she was in love and still in love with dude. Even though she was doing that she didn't want to do.
And that's why I'm saying to y'all, it's hard for me to look at her as a victim. Pure survival. And I'm not gonna lie, shout out to Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps for pointing that out. This girl is in the courtroom acting like she's still in love with Diddy Glover. And then we found out that Diddy Glover is still paying for this girl's apartment. Pure survival. She is still getting money from Diddy Glover as she testifies in court against Diddy Glover. Pure survival. So she's still getting money from Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part where it's hard for me to look at her as a victim. You know what I'm saying? And she's still talking about, I love him. Why would you be in love with the person that victimized you? Pure survival.
Kiss her ever again. Some of the stuff that she was doing in these all-star freakoffs, bro. Now, mentally, I know she's a victim too. You understand? With the drugs, with the stuff. But you know, when you hear her testimony, it's like she was in love and still in love with dude. Even though she was doing that she didn't want to do. She was talking about how sick she was. How he wouldn't allow her to use condoms. Yo, it was crazy.
And I heard that story, right? That's another thing. Diddy Glover, we know Diddy Glover is definitely a sick man. I think he definitely needs some kind of sexual therapy, pure survival. I think Diddy Glover needs to just come out the closet. Maybe Diddy is fighting the fact that I think he really loves men during survival. Diddy needs to just get him a boyfriend. Because if you paying these girls, you pretending to be their boyfriends, pure survival, just so they can get their cheeks clapped by other men so you can sit there and choke your motherfucking wiener and record them getting pounded out and you stare at the man's ass as they're pounding your fake girlfriends out. Pure survival. Diddy, you want a boyfriend. That's the whole thing. Why didn't you just ask Stevie J out during survival? Why didn't you ask Stevie J out on a date? Say, Stephen, I want to go steady because I don't really want a girlfriend. You know what I mean? And these girls thinking that they in love with you, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? But I just still don't feel like that's a crime. That just means you're dumb than a motherfucker. That's all that is. You're dumb and you fulfilled this dude's sick freak off fantasy on your own grown self. You know what I'm saying? This is just crazy, guys. This is wild.
You understand? With the drugs, with the stuff. But you know, when you hear her testimony, it's like she was in love and still in love with dude. Even though she was doing that she didn't want to do. She was talking about how sick she was. How he wouldn't allow her to use condoms. Yo, it was crazy. Now,
oh yeah, that's another thing. Now they said Diddy Glover didn't let them use condoms because he wanted the man's sperm. He wanted them to keep the sperm inside of their kitty cat. Real. You know what I'm saying? Pouring out like mayonnaise so they can scoop it up and put it on his motherfucking nipples. Pure survival. They should have told Diddy, look here, you need to let this dude just sit on your face. I'm not going to keep letting these men pound me out. When you really want to sperm, Diddy Glover, you wanted them to get you pregnant and go inside your tasty cakes raw. You know what I'm saying? So Diddy was making these girls, well, they was allowing it, is how I feel. Pure survival. But I'm saying they are letting people run into them raw. You know what I'm saying? No condom, pure survival. So we know that they all got motherfucking STDs, pure survival. This girl is on the stand talking with herpes breath, lying, talking about Diddy did him so bad, pure survival, but you still in love with a motherfucker and you got herpes breath. Pure survival. This shit is sick.
dude. Even though she was doing that she didn't want to do. She was talking about how sick she was. How he wouldn't allow her to use condoms. Yo, it was crazy. Now, people got to understand, because I hear a lot of people on the internet talking about, like, her baby father, like he was mad and upset or something like that. He already knew about all this stuff.
Wow. Wow. So that lets it be known, y'all. 50 Cent already knew about all of this stuff. Smash that like button if y'all agree with Gene Deal and agree with Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps. That 50 Cent knew this whole time that his mother, his baby mom, was a freak-off demon. He been knew. And that's why 50 Cent kept calling her out during survival. Y'all gotta look, we got 1,500 people in the building. Let's get the likes up to 1,000. We are surviving Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps. This is Diddy Glover's ex-bodyguard, pure survival. So he knows how sick Diddy Glover is.
Now, people got to understand, because I hear a lot of people on the internet talking about, like, her baby father, like he was mad and upset or something like that. He already knew about all this stuff. He knew about this stuff because he was on stage talking about it way before she testified, way before Diddy got locked up for it.
And that is true. Y'all remember 50 Cent kept calling his baby mom a sex worker, pure survival? When he was doing all of that, 50 already knew. But I think that the feds told 50 Cent that he couldn't mention nothing about it during survival. You know what I'm saying? But I think 50 didn't care the other day. After she went to go testify, and she's supposed to testify on Monday to mention all of the alleged violent acts that Diddy Glover was doing to her. Tomorrow, she will be talking about the alleged violent acts during survival. But how am I going to talk about alleged violent acts and I'm still in love with this man with this gray hair that I'm looking at from the stand that looks like Danny Glover? Pure survival. You know what I'm talking about? This shit is crazy, guys. So 50 Cent been new. That's why he was doing the fake free Diddy. That's why he been exposing him and all of that. Because he knew what him and his baby mom was doing. But I think his baby mom was a culprit. She was a culprit too. And so was Cassie. Because they was paying these motherfuckers to do this shit to him. Pure survival. Because they wanted to keep that money coming. That's wild.
Was mad and upset or something like that. He already knew about all this stuff. He knew about this stuff because he was on stage talking about it way before she testified, way before Diddy got locked up for it. Talk about, yeah, you got a baby mama that's out here doing freakoffs. He knew about the stuff. But people can't understand, people got to understand, these guys give these girls enough money to do something. Just say, for instance, if old boy was giving her $5,000 or $7,000 a month, you take $2,000 of that and get you in a nice place to live, a nice house somewhere. You understand? You take,
and that's the thing. If they give you the money, to me, like I said, it's like any job you work at in America. If you don't want to do something at the job, you either quit the motherfucker or put in your 2 weeks notice and go somewhere that's more suitable that fits you during survival. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I'm finding to be very hard in my soul and my spirit. Then I got people that's been following me for a long time, Pure Survival, getting up here, getting mad, talking about Jamel. Oh man, I'm just feeling different about you. Cause I've been talking bad about Diddy for 2 years, Pure Survival. So the moment that I say what I'm seeing happen in the courtroom, that I'm seeing that these people are liars. I've never said that Diddy Glover was a good person. Pure Bible. I've never said I want to see Diddy Glover, Diddy bop up out that courthouse. Pure Bible. I've never said that. I'm just saying I feel bad for the real victims because these seem like a bunch of money-hungry motherfucking hoes. Pure Bible. Call a spade a spade. Stop lying, goddammit. You know what I mean? They wanted this Diddy Glover's freak off treatment. Let's get them likes up to 500, guys. I mean, it's too many of us in the building during survival. You know what I'm saying? And when y'all, because YouTube be emailing me saying, Jamil, you got all them people in the building and you're not telling them to smash their like button so we can send this out in the algorithm during survival. We have to let the world know and let the world know what Gene Deal's kneecaps is telling y'all.
he knew about the stuff. But people can't understand, people got to understand, these guys give these girls enough money to do something. Just say, for instance, if old boy was giving her $5,000 or $7,000 a month, you take $2,000 of that and get you in a nice place to live, a nice house somewhere. You understand? You take another $500 and put down on a car that you could drive to work and go back and forth. It don't take $1,000 a month to feed nobody. You understand? To feed nobody. It don't take another $1,000 to clothe somebody because you ain't gonna buy clothes every month for a kid.
See, now you know what? I agree with Gene Deal and I agree with Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps. These are two separate entities. Pills of Bible. I don't think Gene is not being biased right now. And y'all know that Gene knows how much of a horrible person Diddy Glover is. Pure Bible. Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps is the first person that I ever heard that was working for Diddy Glover that called Diddy Glover out during survival. I'm going to give that to Gene Deal's kneecaps. Gene Deal was the first to expose Diddy Glover, pure survival. Now everybody coming out like they're not afraid no more. Gene Deal's kneecaps never was afraid of Diddy Glover, pure survival. Did you ever see them pictures with him and Diddy Glover? Gene Deal looked like a bad motherfucker, pure survival. Gene Deal looked like he could swallow a bomb and let it blow up in his stomach to save the world during survival. So I don't think Diddy played games with Gene Deal or played games with Gene Deal's kneecaps during survival. Even Miss Janice in her Timo wig tried to have a secret love affair with Gene Deal's kneecaps. This is why Gene Deal quit working for Diddy Glover. Pure survival. He didn't get fired by Diddy Glover. His mom tried to get Gene Deal's kneecaps to clap her cheeks. Pure survival. So Gene Deal been stepped up to Diddy Glover.
Have to work and go back and forth. It don't take $1,000 a month to feed nobody. You understand? To feed nobody. It don't take another $1,000 to clothe somebody because you ain't gonna buy clothes every month for a kid. And you know his father still is going to be taken care of because he was with his father a whole lot of times too. These girls wanted money so they don't have to do nothing.
Wow.
But.
Wow, did you hear that? So everybody that was getting mad at me when I was saying I think that these girls were just money hungry hoes, pure survival, Gene Deal, Diddy's ex-bodyguard, and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps just said these girls didn't want to do nothing in life, pure survival. All they wanted to do was fuck and suck and have men pay for all their bills so they can be traveling, doing Instagram pictures and posts like I'm living this luxurious life. You know what I'm saying? Well, this luxurious life comes with Diddy standing behind a plant with a ninja motherfucker mask on and you getting your cheeks clapped and pee-peed on during survival. That's what that lifestyle comes with. And they knew it. See, I gotta give a shout out to Gene Deal because I ain't even know Gene Deal was saying all of this. Gene Deal is kind of calling this girl out, pure survival. You know what I mean? He not just defending them. And you know he don't like Diddy. You know what I mean? He done told us monstrous things that Diddy Glover really did. And I'm not gonna lie, I make fun of Gene Deal's kneecaps because it's funny. But I never didn't believe what Gene Deal kneecaps was saying about Diddy Glover, pure survival.
You understand? To feed nobody. It don't take another $1,000 to clothe somebody because you ain't gonna buy clothes every month for a kid. And you know his father still is going to be taken care of because he was with his father a whole lot of times too. These girls wanted money so they don't have to do nothing. But the baby daddy was giving her enough money so she could do something, but she wanted that extra freak-off money.
Wow.
She had to want it, bro.
Wow. Damn, see? Everybody thought Gene Deal was just going to be biased because he don't care for Diddy Glover. Pure survival. Even me, I'm actually surprised. Look at Gene Deal's eyes right there. Pure survival. Gene Deal's eyes look like they're high right now because he's talking about Diddy and it's making them high. Pure survival. Look at his motherfucking eyes. Gene Deal is literally telling this girl off that they wanted this money. They wanted to live this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to freak off. So he keeping it real. Gene Deal's kneecaps, I told y'all, Gene came to the courtroom. He came twice, pure survival. The first time he allegedly punched out a YouTuber, pure survival. The second time I was there, and I've been going back and forth with Gene Deal for 2 years on the internet, pure survival. Soon as I seen him and I saw how big Gene Deal was, pure survival, I swear I thought he was a dinosaur that came from the movie A Land Before Time. Pure survival. I didn't go near that goddamn courtroom. Them police wasn't helping nobody out there. Pure survival. And I'm not one of them stupid motherfuckers that think I can beat everybody. No, I looked at Gene Deal and realized that's not a fight I want to even take up. Pure survival. I'm a goddamn diabetic. You know what I'm talking about? But Gene Deal listened to what that girl said in court, and he's calling her out. 50 Cent baby mom. 50 Cent was paying that girl. Child support was enough money where she could have lived the regular lifestyle, pure survival, like you and I, but she wanted to live the glamorous life.
These girls wanted money so they don't have to do nothing. But the baby daddy was giving her enough money for she could do something, but she wanted that extra freak-off money. She had to want it, bro. Because why would you stoop so low to bring yourself down like that? She had an option. Her friend was making, she was talking about her friends was making a couple of $1 million doing, what's that other stuff on internet where
OnlyFans?
Now hold on, that was Gene Deal's dementia just clicking in. Pure Bible. Gene Deal, give him a second. His dementia started clicking in. This is when he started Pure Bible. Gene Deal damn near just fell asleep right there. He fell asleep thinking about what he was trying to do. Pure Bible. Please excuse his dementia, but he knows what he's talking about. So the girl, 50 Cent baby mom, got a friend that was making millions of dollars. Pure Bible. She could have got with her friend and been making all this type of money, and she didn't have to freak off. Bible. She chose that lifestyle, dumb it. And Gene Deal's kneecaps knows what they're talking about. Bible.
Self down like that. She had an option. Her friend was making, she was talking about her friends was making a couple of $1 million doing what's that other stuff on internet?
You see that? That's the dementia. That's like when you just fall asleep in the mid conversation. That's all that was. Pure Bible.
It was making. She was talking about her friends was making a couple of $1 million doing what's that other stuff on internet?
It's called OnlyFans, Gene Deal. It's called OnlyFans.
The OnlyFans, yeah, thank you. Her friends were doing OnlyFans, making $2 million. She could have did OnlyFans and made hundreds of thousands of dollars.
See that? She could have done OnlyFans. Because Gene Deal does only kneecaps. Have you ever went on and got on only kneecaps? Only kneecap fans? Pure Bible? Gene Deal's kneecaps has their own OnlyFans. It's called Only Kneecaps.
Doing what's that other stuff on internet where
OnlyFans?
The OnlyFans, yeah, thank you. Her friends were doing OnlyFans, making $2 million. She could have did OnlyFans and made hundreds of thousands of dollars. She chose not to do that to bring old boy Freak Toy. And then it seemed like she was allegedly picking up drugs for him too.
Now, do you see what's happening, y'all? So Cassie's best friend, who claimed that she was dangled from a 17-story Freakoff balcony, pure survival, we found out that she was Cassie's drug motherfucker mule. She was getting the drugs for Cassie, pure survival. So she was a stone cold drug dealer. Now, motherfucker, 50 Cent baby mom, a.k.a. Jackie Chan's daughter, she was Diddy Glover's Freakoff drug dealer. So everybody else is selling drugs but Diddy Glover. But Diddy Glover's doing all the drugs and all of the terrible, horrible things. I think they all was horrible. If you ask me, pure survival, they all was doing some horrible things for money. This is what it goes down to show y'all. When a motherfucker get a certain amount of money, pure survival, because I don't think Diddy was living in reality. That motherfucker had so much money, pure survival, he forgot the people who put him up there. So he started to sue them, pure survival. Then he started talking about black excellence. Then them motherfuckers looked at him and said, nigga, please, we will bring you back down and send you back off into the ghetto, pure survival. You know what I'm talking about? The money went straight to Diddy Glover's head. He started going against the people that put him in that position. That's what I believe. Praise the Bible. They probably gambling $1. They bet $1. A bunch of trillionaires is up at the top betting $1. Did you ever see Trading Places with Eddie Murphy? Praise the Bible. They bet $1 that they could destroy Diddy Glover's Freakoff life. Praise the Bible. One motherfucker dollar. Billion trillionaire niggas said, look, I bet you we could ruin this nigga's life within motherfucker a year. We could ruin his life. Since he think that he could just jitty bop all over this motherfucker, talk about take that, take that. Those motherfuckers said, no, you take that, damn it. This is deeper than Nino Brown, y'all. So shout out to Gene Deal and shout out to Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps.
And then it seemed like she was allegedly picking up drugs for him too. She was still dealing with old boy all the way up until the time he got arrested.
Wow. That is deep as hell, y'all. And I just found that out. I didn't even know that this girl was Diddy Glover's last freak off girlfriend before he got locked up. Remember when they went and got Diddy when he tried to turn himself in? Allegedly, she was the one in the freak off with him before the feds bursted in, slipping on baby oil, Pure Bible, telling Diddy to put his freaky hands behind his back, Pure Bible. So she was still his girlfriend all the way up until the time he got locked up. So how in the hell are you a victim? Shouldn't she ran and left a long time ago like Cassie and went and had tuplets or twins? Pure Bible.
Still dealing with old boy all the way up until the time he got arrested. That's how he had her mind, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. Now, she's telling her story, but she never mentioned like Cassie did about the diseases and everything that she had. She just said how sick she was because he was doing sick stuff with her with, man.
Wow. This is crazy. This is how you know those freak offs was horrible. Look at Gene Deal's face. It just looked like Gene Deal is in a bathroom and it just smelled like a whole lot of shit inside of a bathroom. And he's trying to take his hand and then cover his nose. Oh my God. And he just said, Gene Deal and Gene Deal's kneecaps just said that this girl said she was sick and with a alleged STD. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with Diddy Glover, you're willing to take all of that. I'm going to take the herpes for the $10,000 a month. Pure Bible. I'd rather be broke. And that's no, you know what I'm saying, nothing bad to people who made a certain decision and was deceived and slept with someone and didn't know that and had to deal with that situation. You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate, you know, and my heart goes out to people in that situation. But my whole thing is, if I know that you got the shit, fuck all that, Pure Bible. It's like, here, they're shooting right there. Go on over to that closet. Somebody gonna start shooting in the next 5 minutes. You think I'm just gonna go stand in that motherfucker corner, Pure Bible, knowing this about to happen? So that's just crazy, man. Gene Deal can't even hold his motherfucking face. Look, this is crazy.
About the diseases and everything that she had. She just said how sick she was because he was doing sick stuff with her with, man, it's crazy, bro. I can't even talk. I don't even want to talk about it, bro. I know it's an interview, but I don't even want to talk about it was sick. It's like how you have another man ejaculate on a woman and you rub your body all up against that and then lick her with all the stuff on her, bro.
Wow. And that's what motherfucking 50 Cent baby mom said. That is crazy. To me, like I said, Diddy Glover is very, very sick. He used to like people to spray their milkshake all over this girl's body in her motherfucking kitty cat round. And Diddy Glover allegedly liked it to lick the shit off. He liked it to taste of other men's babies. Pure survival. So why didn't Diddy Glover just get him a boyfriend or a fiance during survival? Diddy probably has a fiance in jail right now. You know, because it sounded like all he wanted was a man to hold him at night. Pure survival.
About it was sick. It's like how you have another man ejaculate on a woman and you rub your body all up against that and then lick her with all the stuff on her, bruh. That shit is crazy, bruh. Dude is, I don't know what you want to call him, man. Yo, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Weinstein, ain't nobody got nothing on dude. Nothing, dog.
And I think that's because Diddy Glover had some really sick, freaky, freak off fetish type of stuff. I feel like Diddy wasn't living his true identity during survival. He just wasn't living his real fantasy. Diddy would not be in this situation if he would have been walking the red carpet with Caitlyn Jenner with half of Caitlyn Jenner's side of Caitlyn Jenner's head shaved, pure survival, like he did Cassie. He should have just wifed Caitlyn Jenner or asked Dennis Rodman out on a date. Asked, got little, instead of Young Miami, he should have got with young Little Nas X. Young Nas X is who he should have went with. Pure survival. Bottom line, no disrespect to the LBG community, because even the LBG community know Diddy really wanted to be with a man. Pure survival. If you wanted to watch a man clap the girls that was supposed to be in your girlfriend's cheeks, so you can look at their cheeks and telling them to make sure you pick out big anaconda wieners, Diddy wanted an anaconda in his life. Pure survival.
Have another man ejaculate on a woman and you rub your body all up against that and then lick her with all the stuff on her, bruh. That shit is crazy, bruh. Dude is, I don't know what you want to call him, man. Yo, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Weinstein, ain't nobody got nothing on dude. Nothing, dog. It's perverted and it's nasty to hear some of these testimonies that are going on. And that's real talk, bro. That's real talk.
Yeah, Diddy a different breed, man.
A different breed, bro. Oh, you said he's a different breed? My man. I don't know what breed that could be, bro. I've never ever heard something, y'all, and we all grow up looking at some porn and all this like that. I've never ever heard that or seen that in no porn movie.
And you know what? Gene Deal's kneecaps got a point. You know what I'm saying? Being young, especially being a young man. I used to sneak in my mom's and my stepdad's porno tapes and shit, pure survival. One time my mom caught me trying to watch her porno tape. She was going to work. I went and snuck in her motherfucking porno box, and she had a box, and the tape said, "Fuck me so bad" on the tape. So I snuck and got the tape, said "Fuck me so bad" on it. I put it inside of the VCR, and my mom came in the house out of nowhere, pure survival. And she caught me and called me a nasty buzzard. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I got caught, because my finger got stuck in the VCR. And my finger and "Fuck me so bad" was stuck inside the VCR. Pure survival. And she pulled my shit out and bust me in the head with the motherfucker, Freakoff tape that I was trying to watch when I was like 15. Pure survival. And I couldn't deny that I was about to choke my chicken because she looked on the goddamn dresser and I had a bottle of motherfucking lotion sitting right on the motherfucking dresser. Pure survival. Right next to the VCR. Zipper down. I was ready to get to it. But this shit that Diddy is into, that's some shit I have never seen on the freak or the fucking or in the porno in my life either. Pure survival. But I did see some real horrible things that's in pornos that I thought was nasty as shit. Pure survival. When motherfuckers get choked out, strangled. I seen this one porno with this white dude. He honked, spit in this girl's mouth, and she ate it. Pure survival. I was like, oh my God. So it's some nasty people out here, Gene Dill. I'm telling you and your kneecaps. They got some porn out here. That's what Diddy Glover should have been into. Diddy Glover should have been a male motherfucker, a porn star where it was just him and a bunch of boys and a bunch of Vaseline, and a bunch of lotion and baby oil. He would have been fine. Diddy wouldn't even be in jail right now. Because unfortunately, it's not a crime to be disgusted. It just blows your mind when you looking and you remembering Diddy in those motherfucking videos and shit, man. It's just crazy. I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we come across, the more mamas we see. I don't know what they want from me. I wouldn't have never thought that that man was as disgusted as he is. First of all, and I was a young kid. I couldn't imagine that man was that sick.
Different breed, bro. Oh, you said he's a different breed? My man. I don't know what breed that could be, bro. I've never ever heard something like y'all, and you know we all grow up looking at some porn and all this like that. I've never ever heard that or seen that in no porn movie that a dude is doing that type of stuff, bro. Nah, man. Nah. That's just beyond gross, bro. Some of the stuff that you hear in that courtroom is beyond gross.
And what you mean by that when you say all-star freak-off?
The all-star freak-off is when that she was going to get 2 or 3 of the top male strippers and bring them in, and she was going to have them do her back to back to back to back because that's what he liked.
Wow. So Diddy, the top porn male strippers, freak off motherfuckers, the Punisher. You know what I'm saying? They got the motherfucking Punisher, that motherfucker. And the Punisher, did you notice how the Punisher is going on a whole YouTube tour? Right now, the Punisher said, damn that, Diddy was only paying me $2,100. First of all, he going and doing $5,000 interviews. I've just seen the Punisher on Flat TV. First of all, he's out telling his story. Because you know that the juries, them niggas going to come out. They going to all have books come out. So I'm not mad at the Punisher, First of all, for getting his money. All he got to do is tell his story during survival. And the Punisher said Cassie was not no victim. She seemed like she was having a very good time. She's a very freaky girl. Don't bring her to mother. You know what I'm saying? So this shit is wild. This was the wild, what did he say? Sports nights, NBA nights. What the fuck was these nights again?
All-star freak-off.
Oh yeah, the all-star freak-offs. I thought it was a bunch of basketball players dribbling up and down their vaginas and shit. But they saying that it was a bunch of male strippers. This was Diddy's fantasy. Why couldn't Diddy Glover just do this shit by himself? Pure survival. Diddy would not even be in trouble if he would have really just lived his own freak-off fantasy. He involved these girls, and now all the girls started to tell on the motherfucker. All he had to do was look, the All-Star Weekend is just me. I'm oiled the fuck up. I'm buck-ass naked, and I'm just laying down. Guys, come get me. Come get me. Somebody hug me from the back. Somebody come from the front. And I need 2 guys on the side. Press my Bible. Where's the tennis ball? Y'all should put a tennis ball in my mouth immediately. Press my Bible. Diddy should have just did this fantasy shit by his motherfucking self. He done took these girls and they all got immunity. They all got deals and they were drug dealers. Press my Bible. If that was us, we would be going to jail. Even in the Fed case, when you snitch on somebody, you still end up doing time. Pure survival. These motherfuckers ain't even get no time. All they got to do is say it was Diddy Glover. Say that he dangled you from a fucking balcony. We don't give a fuck. Make it up right while you going up the stairs to the trial. Pure survival. This shit is wild, yo. It's wild.
Some of y'all, and you know we all grow up looking at some porn and all this like that. I've never ever heard that or seen that in no porn movie that a dude is doing that type of stuff, bruh. Nah, man. Nah. That's just beyond gross, bruh. Some of the stuff that you hear in that courtroom is beyond gross.
And what you mean by that when you say all-star freak-off?
The all-star freak-off is when that she was going to get 2 or 3 of the top male strippers and bring them in, and she was going to have them do her back to back to back to back because that's what he liked. So that's how she wanted to please him. The All-Star Freakoff is like tag team, WrestleMania.
Wow, so they were tagging themselves in the freak off with 50 Cent's baby mom. They running up on each other with baby oil fingerprints, talking about tap, you it, it's your turn to go in there. Go sliding in head first. You go sliding in head first, your whole body end up inside of her vagina. You just see your feet dangling out of her coochie. Your whole body went in that motherfucker. Pure survival. This shit is crazy, y'all. Shout out to Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think that Gene was going to go in the courthouse at first. I know he was sitting in his truck, the top half of his body. Gene Deal's kneecaps, you know they walk by themselves. Gene Deal could take his kneecaps and split it apart from his top half of his body. Pure survival. So I seen Gene Deal's top half of his body talking to the news people outside the truck, and then his kneecaps got out the car and ran inside the courthouse. Pure survival, because his kneecaps run by themselves. And I think his kneecaps went in to see if the ghost was clear during survival, and it got back in Gene Deal's truck and snapped back to Gene Deal's body, and his whole entire body, the top half and the bottom half, his kneecaps went into the courtroom. So if I'm not going to believe what Gene Deal is saying, I'm going to at least believe his kneecaps during survival. They have cameras inside of his kneecaps. So Gene Deal is devastated. So am I. I just think that these females had a choice during survival.
She was going to have them do her back to back to back to back because that's what he liked. So that's how she wanted to please him. The All-Star Freakoff is like tag team, WrestleMania. They get a chance to jump in on that. But you're going to have some of these guys out there, some of these rappers, still going to want to be with her, still going to want to.
And you see Gene Deal holding on and rubbing his kneecaps during survival. Y'all see what I'm saying? These kneecaps, he has to make sure that they are on and they don't fall off and just start. He don't want his kneecaps to start talking for him during survival because his kneecaps can talk during survival. His kneecaps can talk too. So he's rubbing on his kneecaps, making sure that they still attached to his body, to the top half, pure survival. Look how he rubs on his kneecaps.
But look at him. Some of these guys out there, some of these rappers.
Look at him rubbing on them kneecaps. Gene Deal rubbing on them motherfucking kneecaps, making sure that they still on that goddamn shit. Cause I think they have glue installed in them kneecaps too, pure survival. So when Gene Deal goes to sleep, he lays on the bed, it just be his top half, pure survival. And his kneecaps lay on the side or next to him during survival. His kneecaps go and make breakfast, go start the coffee during survival. Those kneecaps are special. Just like Hassan Campbell's thighs. You remember Hassan Campbell said he had magic thighs. Hassan Campbell's thighs can come off of him. They're clip-on thighs. They're clip-on thighs.
The All-Star Freakoff is like tag team, WrestleMania. They get a chance to jump in on that. But you're going to have some of these guys out there, some of these rappers, still going to want to be with her, still going to want to see her, because she got a fat ass and a pretty face.
And that's true.
Do you think Diddy was only messing around with her because of who her baby daddy was?
Well, I think that he probably developed a relationship with her first because of that. Because he knew who dude was.
So put one in the chat if y'all think that Diddy was messing with 50 Cent baby mom on purpose because he knew it was 50 Cent baby mom, or do y'all think that Diddy Glover really was just into this girl, that it had nothing to do with 50 Cent? I think that Diddy Glover got off on the fact that it was 50 Cent baby mom, pure survival. I think that Diddy Glover was trying to tell 50 Cent baby mom to talk him in to clapping her cheeks and allowing him to sit in the corner and jerk off and record it. Pure survival. How many times 50 Cent said that Diddy was trying to hug him from the back? How many times have 50 Cent told us that Diddy was trying to take him shopping during survival? So he made sexual advances at 50 Cent. And 50 Cent knew he don't go that way, so he wasn't trying to fuck with Diddy Glover. Pure survival. Diddy Glover probably told that little Japanese girl, I want you to have sex with 50 Cent and take a camcorder over your house, pure survival, and put the cameras all on the ceilings and the walls so he can look at motherfucking 50 Cent's tasty cakes. Pure survival. And 50 Cent knew that what Diddy was trying to do. He wanted to watch 50 Cent baby mom and 50 Cent have sex so he could get aroused during survival. That's what the hell Diddy Glover was trying to do.
He probably developed a relationship with her first because of that. Because he knew who dude was. And he knew dude had a kid with her. He even offered to take dude shopping before.
Told y'all.
So he knew.
Shout out to Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps. He just said it. 50 Diddy tried to take 50 Cent shopping and had 50 scrambling and scraping for shit. Trying to get away from that man. Pure survival. You know what I'm talking about? And you heard Diddy Glover say it out of his own mouth. He said, whatever I want, I have to get. Whatever I want, I have to get. And he wanted 50 Cent. He's seen 50 Cent with all that oil all over his body in the motherfucker in the club video, Pure Survival, upside down. Talking about go shawty, we gonna party like it's your birthday and we don't give a fuck if that's your birthday. Diddy was like, I want that chocolate motherfucker, Pure Survival. And 50 Cent knew Diddy was coming for his tasty cakes on his birthday. You know what I'm saying? That's why he said he was trying to take that man shopping while he already rich. Why don't you go take a broke motherfucker shopping? Pure survival. No, Diddy wanted who he wanted. And when he wants something, he's going to get it.
A kid with her. He even offered to take dude shopping before. So he knew who dude was. You understand what I'm saying? And I know how he is. I seen him do Sarah Chapman like that too.
Wow.
She is with a basketball player, and the only reason she dealt with him is because she once was with Pop. She was with a basketball player, and he made a bet that he was going to get her.
Wow, see? So Diddy, whenever he wanted something, so now he wanted Tupac's tasty cakes. He wanted Tupac's tasty cakes too. You know what I'm talking about? Down the ride to the very end, just me and my gay friend. The Diddy was trying to clap Tupac's cheeks and wear his bandana. Pure survival. Rest in peace, Tupac. Tupac knew that Diddy was trying to wear his bandana. This is crazy.
And the only reason she dealt with him is because she once was with Pop. She was with a basketball player, and he made a bet that he was going to get her. He probably had to make a bet about this chick because it seemed like she wanted him in the first place because she was telling how he was dating her girlfriend first. And I think her girlfriend probably got married or something like that. And she started dating him.
And you talking about Gary Payton, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I don't want to say his name, bro.
Wow. So Diddy Glover was clapping Gary Payton's Freakoff wife or girlfriend. That's crazy. And I'm telling y'all, I believe everything that Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps is saying. And the day Gene Deal came to the courthouse, I looked at Gene Deal's kneecaps with my own motherfucking eyes. And I told you he looked like a damn dinosaur. This was the day I just looked at Gene Deal in New York at Diddy Glover's Freakoff trial. And I'm telling you exactly what I did. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Peel them out. Greetings, everyone. We are now reporting live outside of Diddy Glover's Freakoff trial, pure survival, and I finally got a chance to witness, to see Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps in person, pure survival. I went and hid under a damn tree. I'm not gonna lie to y'all during survival. I saw Gene Deal, I said, damn, that motherfucker's big. I did not know that Gene Deal was that big during survival. He looked like a dinosaur walking into the courthouse. I was like, hell to the nails all, pure survival. I made sure Gene Deal or Gene Deal's kneecaps couldn't see me, but I was staring at him through the tree, pure survival. I'm looking down at his kneecaps. I said, hell to the no. I don't want no smoke with Gene Deal or Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps. There's a Bible. Then there's a rumor that he already supposed to have punched out a YouTube creator. There's a Bible. So I'm not going to let nobody talk me into messing with Gene Deal or messing with Gene Deal's kneecaps. Not in person. Pure survival. You see what I'm saying? Me and Gene Deal's kneecaps have a love-hate relationship during survival. You know what I'm saying? I mess with Gene Deal, but I believe what Gene Deal say about Diddy Glover. But I'm not messing with that man in person, pure survival. And this is when Gene Deal said that he was gonna knock me out. No, he been snitching and tattling on Diddy Glover. So I'm afraid to call the cops because I think that Gene Deal might fuck around and pick up the phone, pure survival. But Gene Deal is threatening to knock me out, y'all. And I'm scared for my life, pure survival.
Okay, Jamil Peterson, thank you for that cash app. You know who that is? That's the clown. You want to be seen on the Gene Deal show and go make jokes and talk about him? Nah, she gonna knock you the fuck out. I don't give a fuck about no comedy niggas and none of that.
Do you hear this? Gene Deal is talking about knocking me out. Pure survival. Salute to Teresa Bullock. Teresa Bullock. This is pure survival. All I ever did was protect Gene Deal and protect Gene Deal's kneecaps. And that's all I ever did was defend Gene Deal and defend Gene Deal's kneecaps. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? Because Gene Deal's kneecaps have a point to what he's saying. And he really bodyguarded Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I told you I didn't go near Gene Deal's kneecaps. I saw him. You know, because of what he did allegedly to another YouTuber at the courthouse.
I'm not the type of dude that you can come up on like. Bro, listen. We out here what kind of content? You're not gonna tell me what to do. You can't come up on me. Bro, listen. That's what I said. That's what I said.
You see that? Gene Deal has a motherfucking history of threatening to knock people out. And clearly he must be carrying out what he's saying during survival.
Hey, I'm not the type of dude that you can come up on like. Bro, listen. We out here what kind of content? You're not gonna tell me what to do. You can't come up on me. Bro, listen. If you come up on me, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out.
Do you see what the dinosaur just said, pure survival? He told me the same thing during survival. That's why I wasn't gonna let his kneecaps catch me. I said Gene Deal's kneecaps is gonna have to catch me if they can. Pure survival. But no, ladies and gentlemen, you know, shout out to Gene Deal, man. Gene Deal broke it down. These girls was doing just as sick things as Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as though I don't feel like they were victims. You know what I mean? If Diddy Glover, if this was your boyfriend and you seen your boyfriend paying you money for you to sleep with other people so he could stare, you knew damn well Diddy was not into you. Diddy wanted him a boyfriend for Christmas. Y'all should have just talked to Diddy and said, look, you can continue paying me the $10,000 a month, but I'm going to hook you up with my brother during survival. Or I'm going to hook you up with my cousin. When you seen Diddy looking like this, 50 Cent Baby Mom, when you seen him looking like this, you knew what the hell you was getting yourself into.
T-Dot, what's up, C-God? Drake, what up, baby? Yeah, we coming, baby. Yeah, cash. Toronto always showing love, you know what I'm saying? understand these.
See, this is when Diddy was screaming out for help and our approval during survival. He just couldn't tell us that he wanted to be a transgender woman. He didn't want to tell us when all he had to do was tell us during survival because he would have been accepted. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your sexuality is as a grown adult, pure survival, we respect you more if you just be yourself. I know that's how it is for me, pure survival. I don't give a damn what you is. All our money is the same color. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what you do. Okay, cool. This is what I do. You know, but Diddy just couldn't be real with his own self.
For T Dot, self-God. Drake, what up, baby? Yeah, we coming, baby. Yeah, cash. Toronto always showing love, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand these big sweets. I came in with the biggest sweet up. Shout out, I came out with the biggest sweet in Toronto. Cool up top. Everybody pull up, act, you know what I'm saying? Drake was in that mode.
See that? Diddy just wanted to be the woman. That's what he wanted to be. The woman of the relationship during survival. And that's what I feel like would have saved Diddy all this jail time if he would have just came out and walked the red carpet with this wig on, with that same motherfucking energy. Because survival, it would have shocked everybody. But I think Diddy Glover would have made more money. He would have went more viral if he would have just been comfortable with his own in his own skin with his own sexuality. That's the honest to God truth. Pure survival. You're going to be accepted by all communities. Now, after about the LBG community is a big community now. It ain't like it was back in the day when you had to hide your shit. You can get married right now. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? So this is his fucking freaky fault. But I'm just saying to y'all, I just don't feel like these females was victims. I just haven't been proven yet. But I know tomorrow the girl's supposed to go on the stand and say all the violence that she's supposed to endured and all of this stuff with Diddy Glover. And we're gonna be shocked tomorrow. Like, oh my God, Diddy tied her up and threw up against the wall. You know what I mean? And then the cross-examination happened. Then we're gonna be like, oh shit. So she talked to him after he's supposed to throw up in the air and let her drop. Like, so man, we just gotta see how this gonna come. Did he put in for his second mistrial, which to me will be denied. They will deny it tomorrow morning, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna be denying it because it's all calculated. You see what I'm saying? Everything that Diddy went up for, you gotta remember, they denied everything. Bail once, bail two, bail three. Mistrial one. Now he going for another mistrial. They're going to deny it again. But what this is going to do is, if a mistrial happened the day of the verdict, don't be surprised. Because they're going to have to grant something eventually, pure survival. But we can't be surprised. And this is don't mean that Diddy ain't no horrible person. It means he's still a horrible person, but it just means that the charge that they charged him may have not been the right charge with them saying the shit that they're saying. Because now it sounds like these girls were participating to me. You know what I mean? But we'll see. It's up to the jury. It's up to the jury. Even with all these mistrials and shit he putting in, that's setting up for the appeal too. That's setting up for the appeal. So he gonna automatically get an appeal because they're gonna say, well, they was up there saying the girl said she was dangled from a balcony. Come to find out, Diddy was somewhere else at the time. I'm telling you, it's all a play, y'all. So we just got to be smart and pay attention. That's what's happening. Shout out to Gene Deal and shout out to Gene Deal's clip on kneecaps.